Welcome to Quick Bites. SimTheWorld here, making 5-star dishes and cooking simulator. Today, we're jumping in and we're taking a look at the penne and broccoli and mushroom sauce. Now, you might be thinking to yourselves, didn't I just watch this episode a couple days ago? Well, normally I wouldn't do the advanced version right after the basic one, but if you did catch the base version episode, you'll have seen my frustrations and why I decided to get this episode over with. And I think if I had this much trouble trying to figure out and 5-star this dish, I'm sure I'm not the only one. So to begin, we need to get 2 pots of water going with the penne and the broccoli. Just like the last episode, we need to buy this from the store. This liquid has to be, the water has to be exactly 1 liter. It can't be any little bit over, or the tolerance of the scoring will deduct you points, and you won't get 5 stars. This was the main reason I found in my testing that we weren't getting 5 stars, was initially the water in the pot with the salt. I think it looks at the salt to water ratio in the scoring. That has to be how it's done. And when there wasn't, 1 liter to 5 grams of salt, the game docked us points. So now that should be taken care of. We should be ready to go. We can put our noodles in the pot. Of course, you pour 140. 150 went in. That rarely happens. And I should know, I've made this dish at least 25-30 times at this point. This is the last episode where we had the sound issue, and we are done. I did re-record it because you guys don't want to listen to the weird trucking noises that they put in the background of the game, and I certainly don't want to either. So we got our broccoli in, 3 pieces, 150 grams, the penne's in. Let's go ahead and get our pan ready to go for the sauce, and then we can start making this all up. So just like last time, we need 10 milliliters of clarified butter in a pan. I will just kind of eyeball this one, get 10 milliliters, just like so. Then we put in the rosemary twig, an onion, and the button mushroom. The mushroom, we need to cut 25 grams of mushrooms into about 8-gram pieces. So that's half a mushroom into, thirds? The easier way I found to do this, and it does work, is you throw it in the food processor and it spits out 6-gram pieces. Now there's a couple 7-gram pieces in there too. For us, we just need 25 grams. So let's grab us a 7-gram piece and a couple 6s. And this should give us in total 25 grams. So that's ready to go. We can add the rest of this to the pan now. We've got the butter in, got the rosemary twig. We need all of the onions and all of the mushrooms. Give this a little shake about. Try to get those onions spread out. And like usual, in order to get this to cook properly, we will go ahead and lay these onions flat. I'm not sure why it doesn't do it on its own, or just that one onion started floating in the pan. That was odd. The magical onion. So everything should be in there and ready to go. This is going to cook for 30 seconds in the pan initially. I'm going to start a timer and we'll start going. So the broccoli needs 85 seconds. The pan needs 30 seconds. And finally, the noodles will go for 60 seconds. So I'll come back when these are finished cooking. All right, we are back. The onions in the pan finished up. The broccoli just finished. I switched the time off. You can see it's not fully finished cooking. That finishes in the pan. However, the mushrooms and the onions did finish. The mushrooms are far from finished. But again, that only goes in for the 30 seconds in the pan initially. So now we need to start making the sauce. This was an issue last time. You see how we have 41 milliliters? I've actually done this a couple times. Take a look here. This might be helpful. So I'm pouring. Watch how much is poured. We have 40 milliliters poured in the bowl. It says it. Now it says 41. Very interesting, isn't it? So that's probably where we were getting some issues last time. Let's keep it how it is at the 41 that it says, but 40 of the liquid. To this, we're going to add 3 grams of salt and pepper. And again, it's easier just to put it in the sour cream. I haven't seen an issue with testing where you lose any points in the scoring. This now gets poured in. See, now we have 40 milliliters of mixture and 50 in total. So that seems to be the right answer. Let's get the broccoli laid out. Try to get that the finished cooking fully. All right, so we got the broccoli, we got the onions, the mushrooms, everything is in the pan ready to go. The last thing we have to do is actually, we need to put the pasta in the pan too. And I might have missed this initially going through. The basic version of the dish, you boil the pasta for 60 seconds until it's done. In the advanced version, you only cook it for 45 seconds. It's going to be partially done, as you can see here. Yeah, it's most of the way done, but it's going to finish the rest of the way in the pan. Let's go ahead and toss that in. And the challenge with this dish is going to be the broccoli and the noodles need to finish at the same time without burning. So I'm going to set the timer for 15 seconds. We're also going to keep an eye on this pan because we want to see that broccoli and the penne finish at the same time. And we are almost there. Let's cut it there. Boom. I don't think anything really overheated, so hopefully that's going to be a good enough dish. So to the casserole dish, we're going to add the mixture, which we'll use our ladle for. That way we don't spill anything, and it should be good to go. We can then add the pasta, which should be fully cooked now. We can add the broccoli, the onions, the mushrooms. The mushrooms are only half cooked, which is interesting. I would have expected them to have fully cooked as well, but it doesn't say to do anything different, so I think this is how we get our 5 stars. Let's turn this dish in and see. And there you have it. We got 5 stars. There's a little tip off the one. They're saying too much pepper, not enough pepper. So as you can see, even the customer doesn't quite understand what they're talking about. And this, again, goes to show how finicky some of these pasta dishes really can be. Hopefully there will be an update which kind of smooths some of this out. Because having too much and not enough in the same scoring like that really just doesn't make any sense and makes for a poor experience when you're trying to make these dishes in the kitchen. So if there's any other dishes that you're having a hard time with, please let me know down in the comments and we'll take a look at that in a future episode. Otherwise, thanks for watching as I simulate my life one game at a time. If you enjoy this video, please be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the future action. You can follow on Twitter for updates of future games being played, as well as follow on Twitch as I try to stream 3 days a week. Thanks, and I'll see you next time at SimTheWorld.